We all know Samsung's fan edition phones usually rock that mid-range vibe, looking like their flagship siblings on the outside, but not quite packing the same punch on the inside. Well, get ready for a surprise twist, because this year, the Galaxy S24 FE is seriously breaking the mold. It's going to be an awesome phone that might even be a better pick than the flagship S24 itself. Just take a look at this Samsung S24 FE first look. That sleek, boxy design, that gorgeous flat display. It's basically the flagship S24's twin, and it is just beautiful and advanced. This beautiful and advanced S24 FE design isn't just an upgrade over the S23 FE. It's taller and wider than the flagship S24 and S24 Plus. And even though it's a tad wider and taller than last year's S23 FE, it's actually slimmer, so it feels amazing in your hand. Sure, the chin is still a bit chunky compared to flagships, but Samsung seriously nailed it with those super thin side bezels, giving it a truly premium flagship vibe. That taller, wider, slim bezel combo means you're getting a display that's not just bigger than last year's model, but practically the same size as the S24 Plus. Internally, the S24 FE is no slouch. It's not just a diet version of the flagship. It's practically a flagship in its own. Samsung usually reserves the latest and greatest processors for their top-tier phones, but they've broken tradition with the S24 FE. An S24 FE leak on Geekbench revealed that the global variant is sporting the Exynos 2400, the same cutting-edge flagship processor. And while some companies like to tweak those chips to make them run a bit slower in cheaper phones, the S24 FE's benchmark scores are right up there with the flagship S24, suggesting no funny business with the Exynos here. Earlier rumors hinted that, like the flagship S24, we'd see both Snapdragon and Exynos versions of the FE. And this benchmark confirms the global variant is all about Exynos power. Camera quality is a big deal when you're picking a new phone, and the S24 FE definitely delivers. Samsung basically gave it the same camera setup as the flagship S24, which is pretty sweet. Now, the flagship S24 didn't get any major camera upgrades, but that's not a bad thing in this case. It means the S24 FE gets those same awesome main and ultra-wide cameras. The telephoto lens has a bit less resolution, but it still brings that 3x optical zoom to the table like its flagship siblings. Storage and RAM are crucial for a smooth phone experience, and the S24 FE doesn't disappoint. While fan edition phones usually have limited storage options, the S24 FE follows in the footsteps of its predecessor, the S23 FE, with similar memory configurations. But it's getting a major upgrade to UFS 4.1, the same storage tech as the flagship S24, which means flagship-level memory speeds. Geekbench scores also reveal that the S24 FE will come with at least 8 gigs of RAM, mirroring the flagship S24. As for battery and charging details, those are still under wraps, but based on Samsung's track record, we can expect similar charging options. One thing I really love about Samsung's fan edition phones is that, unlike Apple's SE models, they don't reserve that silky smooth 120 Hz refresh rate just for their most expensive phones. Yes, it might not have the premium aluminum frame or the latest Gorilla Glass back, but let's be honest, most of us slap a case on our phones anyway. And if you're one of those who prefers to go caseless, the design compromises are pretty minor. When it comes to performance, this mid-range phone is an absolute powerhouse, making it a great alternative to Samsung's more expensive options. And speaking of expensive, the Z Fold 6 is just around the corner, and I did share my thoughts on that in a separate video. Check it out here.